Welcome, Wolf and Wolfettes, to Wolf Quest Episode 1. Now, in today's video, our main objective is going to be to locate the fallow deers in the forest. Now, I'm going to warn you about a couple of things in this video. First things first, some bits may seem a little bit disjointed and a little bit like they don't flow together very well, and there is a reason for that. I went to the forest today to record this video, and for some reason, every single person in the world decided to go to the forest today. Normally, when I go there, I will see maybe 3 or 4 people at most. Today I must have seen, and I'm not exaggerating, I must have seen about 100 people. And there was also this massive squad of old people that were walking around, and I don't know what they were doing. I don't know if it was like an old people's home day out or something, but there was just this massive group of about 30 old people that kept walking around right in the locations that I normally go to find the fallow deers. So I was distracted a lot in this video, and I had to delete certain bits just because old people got in the way. It was a right pain in the butt, but other than that, the video is great. So yeah, this is the first episode of Wolf Quest, and we are going to go to the forest and we are going to find the fallow deers. So yeah, let's head off to the forest now and enjoy. You might be able to hear a few birds around. Jesus Christ. Gotta love stinging nettles, ain't you, Wolf and Wolfettes? You've gotta love a bunch of stinging nettles. Good job on wearing trousers. Ah, freedom. Okay, looks like we're on the right track. Let's go find those fallow deers. What a surprise. What a surprise, Wolf and Wolfettes. It isn't a surprise, but I thought I would say it anyway. Normally, we can find most of the fallow deers right here. They normally sit on this bit of field right near the forest. Now, I think what's been going on today is there has been an absolute ton of dog walkers and also an absolute ton of old age pensioners walking around. So I feel like today the fallow deers have felt a little bit scared, so they've gone very deep into the woods. Now, normally I could find them here, and this is pretty close to the entrance, you know. So because the fallow deers are not here, we're going to have to go deep into the forest, and it's going to be a bit of a walk, you know. I know exactly where to find them when they're not here, but you know, I was just hoping I would have a bit of luck today and we could find them here, so I didn't have to go deep into the forest. So yeah, we're going to head off into the forest and we're going to see if we can find those fallow deers. There's a couple of things I want to show you on the way, so this is probably a benefit, but yeah, let's go. Okay, now this is one of the things I wanted to show you and talk about. This right here is one of about 7 cages that have been set up throughout the forest. Now the reason why the council have set up these cages is because they want to monitor the damage that the fallow deers are doing to the greenery. Now this one that's been set up right here, as you can see inside the cage there is tons of greenery, but there is also a load of greenery outside the cage, you know, so that's going to be in favour of the fallow deers because it's going to look like they haven't done much damage to the area, so the council will leave them alone. But there is also another cage that I wanted to show you, but there was loads of people around so I couldn't do it. But there's another cage deep in the forest, and this forest is really ugly. There's no greenery in there whatsoever, but they've built a cage directly in the middle of this forest with like one green bush in the middle of the cage, and everything else is just dead. So to me, it seems like the council is trying to find an excuse to either exterminate a bunch of these fallow deers or maybe relocate them, because this one single cage that they've built in the middle of this dead forest, it makes it look like inside the cage there's all of this nice greenery when it's literally one bush that they built the cage around, because the bush has been there for years, you know, and everything else is dead, so it's going to make it look like the fallow deers have been eating all of the greenery and stamping it all and stuff like that. So I'm not too happy about that, to be honest, because it actually does make the fallow deers look really bad, because you've got this like absolutely dead forest with nothing in it, and then you've got this one single cage with this only one single green bush in the middle of it, so it really pissed me off actually. But yeah, one thing that does annoy me, many years ago, probably hundreds of years ago, we used to have wolves in the United Kingdom, but they were hunted to death, you know, because of fur, because of stupid fairy tales and stuff like that, and people were a lot more stupid hundreds of years ago, so they killed all of these wolves. But if we was to reintroduce the wolves to England, you know, because they used to be here anyway, then they could deal with the population of the fallow deers, and then we also get wolves in the country as well. So I think that would be a pretty nice way to solve this without actually shooting all of the fallow deers or grabbing a bunch of them and taking them off to another forest. So yeah, just wanted to talk about this a little bit because it really does annoy me, because we don't have that many cool animals in England, you know, and most of our cool animals mostly come out at night, don't they? So the fact that they've built one of these cages in the middle of a dead forest with one green bush perfectly placed in the center of this cage to make it look like the fallow deers ate everything else just really frustrated me. But yeah, we're going to carry on looking for the fallow deers now. I just wanted to get that off of my chest. Sorry if I look really dark, the sun's gone in for some reason probably because I was getting a little bit angry. But yeah, let's go find these fallow deers. Okay, that might look a bit disgusting, but that is some very fresh deer crap. So we're on the right trail at the moment. We should be able to find these fallow deers very soon. So let's go and find these little devils. Now I've managed to find some wet mud. Now there isn't much wet mud in the forest at the moment because it's been a very dry summer at the moment and there hasn't been much rain, so everything is dry at the moment. But as you can see, there are some fresh fallow deer prints, and they also go up here into the dry mud. You see those deer prints? So we should be very close now because these do look very fresh. So let's go and find these little devils again. Okay, Wolf and Wolfettes, it's taken a good 30 minutes, but I've finally managed to find the fallow deers. I'm going to try and zoom in so you can see them. I've got to be very careful because they're very close to me. They sort of come out of nowhere, but if you have a look over here, can you see them? I think you can see them walking. I don't want to zoom in too much because it ruins the quality, but there is actually one. There's one laying on the floor that you might be able to see, and there's another 2 walking around. They're probably about, I'd say, 50 meters away from me, so I do want to hopefully get a lot closer than this, just so we can get some really nice footage of the fallow deers. But yeah, this is promising so far. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out now. I think I'm going to try and go through this bunch of greenery over here because I'm wearing my camo gear at the moment, so I'm hoping that I can walk through all of this greenery and the fallow deers won't be able to see me and we can get some really nice shots of them. Unfortunately, I didn't do very well. I did not do very well. I literally started walking for about 10 seconds and I stepped on a bunch of these stupid logs. So they made a bunch of cracking noises and the fallow deers just ran away. So that didn't go very well. I mean, we're very close to the spot that they normally chill out at. So if I can get through the forest really quietly and I can get right to the outskirts of the forest, very close to the field that they normally lay on, we should be able to get some nice footage of them. So yeah, back to hunting for the fallow deers. Look what I've just found, Wolf and Wolfettes. Look what I've just found. It's a red fox. I mean, I'm out here looking for fallow deers and I found a red fox. I mean, if I have to pick an animal to find, a fox or a fallow deer, I think I would be a bit more partial to finding a fox, you know, because they are adorable. Absolutely adorable. Now I'm going to turn the camera off and I'm going to see if I can approach very slowly and see if I can get some better shots. Hopefully you can see this. It's very cute. I'm having a brilliant day, Wolf and Wolfettes. I'm having a brilliant day. Every animal in history is coming out for the camera. Okay. I've finally reached the place that we can find all of the fallow deers. The problem is, I've entered from a different entrance that I normally enter this forest from. And I'm currently surrounded by fallow deers. I've got some in that direction. I've got some straight in front of me. And I've got some very close to the, I guess it would be the left for you guys, maybe the right, but I've got some on this side very close to me and they're watching me. It seems like if I look at the camera and talk, they don't care, but the second I look at the fallow deers, they run away. It's like they don't want me to look at them or something. But there is one very close, so I'm going to try and grab the camera now and we're going to go and try and get some really nice shots of the fallow deers. So let's do this. Let me get this camera off of the tripod. Oh dearie me. Okay. Right. Let's do this, Wolf and Wolfettes. Let's get some lovely shots. And unlike those scumbag poachers, I'm going to get all of my shots with a camera and not a rifle. Fallow deers are up here. It just depends on how much noise I make whilst walking, because the problem is with these fallow deers is every time you make any sort of noise, the entire herd looks at you, and then all it takes is for one fallow deer to get really skittish, run away, and then the entire herd will follow that deer. So we need to be very careful. I'm not going to talk much now because I'm getting a bit closer. So yeah, hopefully we get some nice shots. So I'm going to be quiet for now. Okay, I managed to get quite close. You've got to have a really steady hand when you've zoomed in this much. And I don't really have a steady hand. Oh god, one of them just ran, I think. Nope. Nope, they're all still here. They're all still here. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop recording for a minute. I'm going to see if I can get a bit closer. And then I'm going to pull the camera out again. Because there's a very nice bush to the left of me, but I won't be able to record because I'm going to have to squeeze in there all snugly. But I'm going to attempt, because the deers are currently there, so I'm going to attempt to go over in that direction and get inside a bush, and we'll see how we do. So yeah, I'll see you all in a minute. I've managed to get a little bit closer. The problem is I'm actually heading towards the M25 because the M25 road goes directly through this forest. So I don't really want to keep following the deers if they're going to walk towards that road, you know, because we already know how many animals get killed on the M25. You know, you probably see so many like deers and foxes and stuff on the motorways. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head to another spot and I'm going to see if the fallow deers will come back away from the road and I can get some more shots. So I'll see you all in a minute. Okay, I'm back in the spot where I recorded my channel update a couple of weeks ago. Now, the fallow deers are on the field again, but the problem is, it looks like they're all running about at the moment, so I'm not sure if somebody has spooked them or something's gone on somewhere and they're all running. But I'm going to try and get a couple of cool shots, and if I foul, then that's going to be it for today's video, and we're going to pick this up next time and we're going to think up a new strategy for getting closer to the fallow deers. But we've achieved quite a bit in this video, so if we don't get any cool shots, at least we found the deers, which is a big achievement because these fallow deers are very, very sneaky. Very sneaky. But yeah, let's see what we can do. I'm approaching a bunch of sleeping fallow deers and I don't think any of them have seen me yet. Oh crap, he's looking at me. Oh god, I don't know if you can see him yet because I'm quite far away. Okay, I think he's gone back to sleep. We're just going to have to walk really carefully and really slowly. Let me zoom in a little bit and I'll show you. God damn it. God damn it.